Hello there, lovely people of the Ethernet, and welcome back to the Case of the Golden Idol. Curse of the Golden Idol? Case of the Golden Idol. And the Cursed Inheritance, and the explosive events in the forest cabin. We have a cart from the Burkham Workhouse. We have a box of confectionery. We have a bunch of hats. And we have a list of henchmen for hire. There's Billy Cracker of the Oakwood Gang. There's Hardy Abe of the Burkham Workhouse, who has a cart, probably this cart. Little Billy, who... the Hobbs Gang burglar, and Jack Nails, the Timberbrook Inn. Cool. In here we have... oh no, David. Breathing, but appears to have lost consciousness. Okay. Breathing. That's good. I do not care. Bish posh. I do not care what means you use to acquire what I need, but remember to be discreet as always. Note that I do not want it too decayed. The more recently it has died, the better. Edmund Clansley. Oh, one of the old workhouse geezers croaked yesterday. I will arrange for a cart to move the corpse if you send me directions, and be quick before they bury him. I do not want to dig up that stiff. Mikey, a loaded pistol. Okay. And the scarecrow in a coffin. Okay, so you're like a burglar? With the same weird ring. Okay. Like, you lads came here and you were like pretending to deliver the corpse, I guess. My gods, what was that? Gentleman robber strikes in Westbrook. The infamous gentleman robber, Walter. The name for a robber. The number of unnamed associates held up a coach in the Southern Road. The scoundrel robbed the passengers of all their valuables, kissed a young lady, and left. This is the 5th robbery by the infamous gentleman, who, as is his custom, appeared wearing an impeccable suit and a new hat in the latest city style. The reward for catching him has increased to £100. Man, you gotta think about that. Like, in this time, in the 1700s, there was no fucking DNA evidence. There was no way, like... presumably Walter Keane is not his real name, and like, that's just the name he's putting on himself. If you were a rich man, and you had a relatively fast horse that you could ditch or something like that, relatively far away, like, how are they gonna catch you? There's no fingerprints. There's no DNA evidence. Like, crime was so much easier to commit back then. It is scary to, like, kind of imagine living in that time. Everyone, you are not to visit any village or city without my permission. At no point disclose the location of the cabin. David, you are in charge of security. Lucia, you will taste food before you cook it. No, you will taste food you cook before giving it to me. And Little Pip, you are in charge of Black Bestia and Golden Doubloon, says Edmund. Go, coin, go! Arr. Presumably you are the Golden Doubloon. And you're Walter Keane. And whoa, 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 whoa. An exploding vase. 2 of nails. I finally have the location of my target. Meet us on November 10th, Friday in the Timberbrook Inn. Bring all your tools. You'll get your share. Lockpicks, a saw, and a loaded pistol. A club. Sometimes some things don't quite add up. Me. This guy, his hair and his face look very different. In here. Oh no. Broken door. Okay. 2 apples. A rotten apple and a green apple. And Edmund. Hiding. Right, you are Edmund. I think you are. You're just not wearing your weird wig. Boom. Version 1. This simply did not work. After I aimed at the sealed vessel and activated the idle, both air and vessel disappeared. Upon further consideration, it was an obvious mistake. Attempted with this input, and it was a definite improvement. It decreased the amount of air, but curiously still did not create a complete vacuum in the sealed vessel. Okay. Gold filtering. The target must contain some gold for this to work. Seawater is a suitable target, for example. A great deal of seawater would be required for this to yield any significant amount. Perhaps I should try it on a ship on the open sea. So, first step, you get the gold. Then second step, you aim at a vessel to retrieve it. If the implication of this are what I surmise, unknown effect 14, this would be a tremendous discovery. The next step is to process from fruit to more advanced organic matter. I must ask David to fetch me a dead body. Spontaneous combustion. You cannot combust the target if you have not performed the freezing beforehand. Interesting. The speed at which heat is increased appears to be influential by how strongly I press the trigger and how long I have performed before it. Freezing. Observation. Freezing the target rapidly can create curious side effects. For instance, I should be careful when freezing water. It exploded. Yes, that's what it does. Safety notice. Upon pulling the trigger, if the glyph input is meaningful, the idol will perform the intended action on the target it can see. If an eye is red, it is ready for an input. It will turn blue afterwards. If the eye is blue, you can only perform and it will turn red afterwards. It is blue right now. Small weight. So, let's reason through this. So this is like take, and this is like give. The eye is red, it is ready to take, and then you can give. So here you're taking something, and here you're taking something different. Here you're taking air and the vessel, and here you're just taking air. And here, thought is take. So you're taking heat, and here you're giving heat. First you have, because when Willard did it, he had the note that says first you have to freeze to use fire. So first you have to take heat, and then you can give it heat to do spontaneous combustion. And so here you are you're giving the same as here, but there's an extra thing. Application. Apple. Rotten. Green. Presumably these were both normal apples. And then you took one's life and gave it to the other. So one rotted and one became young. You want to see if you can bring back the dead? Give air. Boom. Blow up the vase. Oh. I was just curious. Okay, so blue or okay, I guess it's give is increase and take is, and then that one was the gold. This one is the air. Yeah, so this one is like a diacritic. So this one takes things, and this one takes a thing's like warmth. So matter. Is this one the wrong way around? Yes. Yes, you decrease. Okay, so you decrease something's heat, and then you increase some heat. And here you're just decreasing something. And here you are increasing something's life. Like that. Okay. Okay. So you are golden doubloon, you are little pip, You're Lucia Smith. You're Walter Keane. Run. Edmund. Cloudsley. Why is Cloudsley so far back here? Oh, because I have it sorted the wrong way around. Okay, and you two henchmen. You have a club. You have a set of lockpicks, and you have the tattoo of nails. One of you was called Nails. Jack Nails. You. And then Brickham Workhouse, Brawler, Hardy Abe. Hardy. Alrighty. Someone needed a something. Someone, along with accomplices, delivered a something. Upon entering, someone suddenly did something to someone, and meanwhile someone did something in a someone. When someone entered, the something. Okay. So the vase exploded. When Hardy Abe and Jack Nails entered the room. Edmund needed a corpse, and Walter Keane delivered him a coffin with a scarecrow in it, but there's no scarecrow thing. Upon entering, Hardy Abe presumably clubbed David Goran, and meanwhile Edmund increased the amount of air in a sealed vase. To gain entrance to Edmund Cloudsley's secret forest cabin, gentleman robber Walter Keane pretended to deliver a corpse to Edmund for his experiments. Upon entering the cabin, the robbers ambushed the servants and Edmund locked himself in his study. While the robbers were sawing through the lock, Edmund prepared a trap. Then, Sir Coroner, the bandits actually set off my master's laboratory equipment. What happened afterwards? I managed to fend the rest of them off, but my master Lord Edmund Cloudsley got caught in the blast, which severely disfigured him, and soon afterwards he died. Bless his soul. David, you're not supposed to lie. I'm pretty sure you're lying. What the fuck? The strange practices of a secretive society. Footsteps. 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 A bound man. He has a pistol, a rope, coat, a watch. Enter my calendar. David, the gathering will be on March 14th. To follow our plan, we should be there at least 2 hours before midnight. The target will arrive in full costume, grab rope and weapons. WK. Walter Keane. Okay, so Walter and David ambushed this dude. It's a tattoo of a hand and an eye. Yeah, this is Walter's stuff. They ambushed this dude for some reason. And then we come in here. Brothers wear masks appropriate to their house. The Dark Hands, the Proud Beasts, and the Water Snakes. Okay, so these two were related. I just thought they were similarly strange words. But it makes sense that they're related. This is a mystery game and it's it's putting breadcrumbs. Brothers wear robes appropriate to their rank. There's the Master, the Steward, and the Initiate. That's a lot of text. That's more text. That's even more text. Okay, I'll read that in a moment. Okay, there's weird sex stuff going on. And there's the murder. Alright, fine. Masters. I ventured on the Order's mission to reclaim our fire-breathing relic, and with great resolve punish the despicable enemy. I, with a few brave companions, fearlessly entered his hideout in a remote hunting cabin, but the devil had prepared a treacherous trap and an explosion slaughtered my dearest friends as we entered his study. Thanks to my sturdy physique, I survived the blast, only to be assaulted by the enemy's lackey, assassin warrior David Warren, and a pack of bloodthirsty hounds. After an hour of fight, I received numerous deadly wounds, in spite of which I prevailed and defeated my assailants with martial training. I discovered the enemy's dead body, slain by the trap of his own making, but no trace of the relic. I'm forced to go into hiding because the government's watchmen are tracking me. Once I have recovered from my deadly wounds and shaken off my watchmen, I'll send you the next report. Walter Keane, may the Griffin awaken. Okay, I do believe. I don't believe David was knocked out, but I mean, he's a tough dude, and I like David. So I guess I do believe that he won. He knocked you out, they captured you, and now you're working with them. By them, I mean David Goran and Edmund. Masters, I must apologize 1,000 times for my absence, but my road to recovery was full of peril and valor that cannot be sufficiently conveyed in writing. The government's dogs and spy chased me tirelessly, and I was forced to seek refuge in Aquitania to recover from my still dire wounds. There I finally bested my pursuers with the help of Lazarus Hurst, a young, resourceful gentleman whom I met in a remote manor on a dark winter's night. Not only did he earn my trust by stepping into the fray against the villains, but he turned out to be well versed in the arcane arts. Of course, not yet cloned to their own skills. I finally recovered and plan to return to Albion. I suggest that Lazarus would be a fine addition to the Order. I'll vouch for him and will invite him to undergo the appropriate trial. May the Griffin awaken Walter Keane. Illuminated Masters, I object to the admittance of Lazarus Hurst. I submit that dark-haired brother Walter Keane, who vouches for him, cannot be trusted, because he is a liar and a thief. I'm certain that, on dispatching our enemy, he kept the golden fire-breathing relic for himself. Nothing will move me on this. He must produce the relic as personal to me and afterwards be expelled from our brotherhood, says Geoffrey Sinclair. Okay. Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, right? Okay, that one actually does make sense. Enter your house. You don't have a mouth. There's a fish in a room, and then you have to withstand heat and cold. Prepare to receive what you have earned. You have become a proud beast initiate. You get one of these rings. The rings. Brother, a member of our order has proposed a new candidate to join our brotherhood. Our brother's trustworthiness, however, has been challenged. Therefore, we've decided to take measures to resolve the fate of these individuals. If the brother proves himself, he can vouch for the newcomer. If the newcomer survives the appropriate trial, he will join our ranks. You are summoned to join our gathering on March 14th to fulfill your role in the rights of the brotherhood. The rings. The rings. They mark members. Walter is a member. This Cloudsley was a member. You were a member, and you are also a member. I think that's all of the rings we encountered so far. I have signaled to Griffin who I am. I accept my fate, whatever it may be. Inception. You must endure the tests of snail, fire, water, and tree administered by a proud beast steward. Evaluation. You must endure the tests of tree, fire, sand, time, water. Transition. Admission. Proud beast steward, dark hand steward or master, water snake master, any master. Okay. It's all that in a moment. Check in here. Griffin has spoken, says a man with a tankard and a ruby ring. Let us await the results from the chamber below, says a man with a sword and a ring. Griffin has spoken. Ring. You're dead. 2 cups. They contain some wine, but are almost empty. The Griffin has spoken. The Griffin has spoken. created a small vial, like a skull stopper. So that's like the poison, and this is what contained the vine. Alright. Then, when an accuser has challenged a defender, both drinkers must be barefoot. Okay. The substance is added depending on the severity, including deadly poison. Add substance to 1 cup, defender chooses first, accuser chooses the remaining. Both partake in the wine cups. The ritual squabble. Only initiates can be defender and accuser. The sword must be borne by any dark hand. There must be a Grim Reaper, the Never-Tiring Teacher, and the Feeder of Mouse. Ritual conflict. The accuser must deeply hate the defender. The sword must be borne by any initiate. Decorations, the teacher, the keeper of treasures and mirrors. So, dispute, discord. Stewards are higher. Scepter, Border, Snake Master, keeper of treasure and teacher. The houses of the accuser and defender stand behind their brothers. Scepter must be borne by the Dark Hand Master. Okay, so we have a key, we have a book, and we have the Grim Reaper, each marked by this little blue thingy. So, Grim Reaper, the speaker to the blind, and the keeper of treasures. Is a book a speaker to the blind? Not really. Blinds can't read a book. Blind people. The keeper of treasures, I mean, that could be the key. Grim Reaper, Never-Tiring Teacher, that's a good word for the book. Feeder of Mouse, no. Is missing the Grim Reaper. It is a dispute. So the scepter must be sworn by the Water Snake Master. And brothers wear masks appropriate to their house, and robes appropriate to their rank. You are the Water Snake Master. Yes. I have all of the clues. Water Snake Master. That doesn't solve anything. Dispute. Only stewards are higher. Okay, well, you two are not stewards. Not initiates then. You are stewards then. So this is initiate. But as for the masks, I don't think it tells me anything, but maybe this tells me something. Must be done by... These two must be done by a master. You're not a master, you were in green, not white. So you are in either Dark Hand or Proud Beast. Tree, fire, time, water. There's little to do with a tree. This could be like pepper, so maybe it's spicy. Tree, fire, time, water. That doesn't seem alright. Carry a house on your back. That's literally what a snail does. Fire. Maybe it is pepper, I guess. And then fish is water. And then this is a tree because it's outside. You're the proud beast steward. Means you are Darkhand. Okay. This is the ritual of something. Okay, wait. First of all, this is the ritual of deception. And this is the ritual of something or other. Dispute. Okay. So let us think. You are a Dark Hand initiate. You have one hand and one eye. Which means you are not actually a Dark Hand initiate. You are Goran. You are the guy going through ceremony. And you are Beast Steward. Alright. Now. What exactly is happening here? Walter is coming back with Lazarus, and he's being challenged by Jeffrey Sinclair. And Walter doesn't want to... One of you is... Wait. Our Dark Hand brother. So you're Walter Keene. There's no Dark Hand Master. Who's the Dark Hand Master, then? It must be someone who died. Was it Willard Wright? No, because he had the letter saying, talking about, like, Proud Beast stuff. Because we're missing... Because we have one of everything. No, we don't have one of everything. We're also missing the Proud Beast Initiate. Although Lazarus is becoming that. Whatever. Maybe we'll meet the Dark Hand Master later. Point is, Walter was challenged by Jeffrey Sinclair. And then we don't have any other names that we could put in, so I guess the other ones will just fall by their rank. Okay. So... someone was something to a something ritual. Walter was challenged to a dispute ritual. And he, along with Blank, ambushed Blank. Well, that was him and David. And they ambushed this idiot. Blank posing as Blank did something. That's David again, posing as the Dark Hand Initiate. Challenged to something? No, Blank just signaled to, I guess, Walter. With a... He doesn't have much. He has the silver tankard. So he showed him by holding the tankard in the left hand that it's the left cup. Which cup had no poison. Jeffrey Sinclair then drank the poison and died. And meanwhile, Lazarus Hurst asked the Inception Ritual become a Proud Beast Initiate. Something's wrong. Walter Keene was challenged to dispute ritual. He, along with David Gorin, ambushed the Dark Hand Initiate. David Gorin, posting as Dark Hand Initiate, signaled to Walter Keene with a tankard which cup had no poison. Jeffrey Sinclair drank the other poison and died. Drank the other cup. Okay. Scroll has been fulfilled. After being challenged to a ritual with potentially deadly consequences, Walter conspired with David to devise a plan which would ensure his own safety. To capture a Brotherhood member on his way to the gathering, David took his costume so that during the ritual of dispute, he could indicate to Walter which cup was poisoned. Therefore, Walter chose the safe cup and his opponent drank the and died. Okay. Question. Who the fuck is you? Oop. No, I do not wish to access OBS. Thank you. Okay, hear me out. What if Lazarus is Edmund Cladsley? Right? He has the ability to make an apple green again, and he was experimenting on this. And he figured by pretending to be dead and infiltrating this society that wanted him dead, with Walter Keene's help, and maybe promising Walter to make him young as well, or something like that. Because something about his face, just the sheer length of it, makes me think of Edmund in a box. Right, he also has this length to him. He has a bit more of a chin and a bigger nose, but like, that's like classical old people stuff, right? They have a bigger chin, they have a longer nose. I don't know. I'm sure it'll all be revealed in the next chapter, which we shall do some other times. It has been half an hour. I hope all of you have enjoyed, and I wish all of you a good night, eh? I'll see you around next time. Bye-bye.